So let's have a drink. Yeah. I'll tell you what as well, let's have a drink in honor of a guy called Todd Snider. My favorite songwriter died this weekend, and I'll tell you, nobody has as much inspiration on the music that I make as this chap, Todd Snider. I was stood by a river in Norwich on tour when I read the news, and actually he fell ill the night before. There's Todd with us, with his dog there, barking away. He fell ill, and that night I was like, I wonder if I could just sing a Todd Snider song off the bat, and I played one, and then the next day he passed away. I was by a river when I read the news, and I thought back to all of the, I wouldn't be me without him, you know, like it was Todd's book. I never met a story that I didn't like. I read that and I went, I can write a book. And I've written 3 fucking books since then. So my favourite thing about all those books is when people say, I read your book and felt like I could write a book. I was like, well, fucking do it then. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's just one of the fucking things that you give us. So I'm going to sing you a Todd Snider song now. And that's not how it starts until.
There's a singer-songwriter called Todd Snider who has inspired me a lot over the last 3 years, both in his songwriting and his audience interactions, as well as his other antics. This is one of my favorite songs of his. It's called Force of Nature.
I'm not going to talk a lot here. I just made this song and I have to read the words and I want to get through it. And so, but Todd Snider, take that out of my mouth. Just one of the greatest, probably the greatest storyteller I've ever heard for sure. And then songwriting, kind of 2 separate things, but kind of not. He's gone now. It's been almost a week. I've been processing and crying a bit. And I needed to write a tribute song. And I've heard a couple really good ones. Will Kimbrough and made a really nice one, and Josh Bruff also. And I didn't know where to start. So much to say, but the name of his record label, Aimless Records, really strikes a chord with me because I always feel aimless, and I believe Todd did too. Even when things were going great and he was at the top of his game writing and everything, which was just pretty much all the time. Sometimes you still feel like, well, is this it? What's the end game? Where do I go from here? I just don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people probably feel that way. Anyway, so I took Aimless and decided I would make that my title. So let's see if I get through this. Pardon me for reading a little bit here. They say don't ever meet your heroes, but I met you anyway. We had some awkward conversation. Shit, man, I didn't know what to say. What do you tell your hero when he's heard it all
Todd
before?
Snider passed away on November 14, 2025, at age 59, leaving behind a legacy that shaped Americana, folk, and alt-country music in ways few artists ever have. His death was confirmed by his family and record label, and the news sent a shockwave through the music world. For fans and fellow musicians, it felt like losing a voice that had always spoken the truth, sometimes with laughter, sometimes with sorrow, but always with heart. From the very beginning, Todd Snider was a storyteller. Born on October 11, 1966, in Portland, Oregon, he carried his songs through bars, clubs, theaters, and festival stages, offering audiences more than entertainment. He offered connection. Every performance felt like a conversation, honest, unguarded, full of wit and wisdom wrapped in songs that felt lived in and human. Across 3 decades of music, Todd blended folk, country, blues, rock, and the ragged charm of Americana into something unmistakably his own. He could make you laugh with one line and break your heart with the next. Songs like All Right Guy, I Can't Complain, and albums like East Nashville Skyline became modern roots music staples. His music wasn't polished in a commercial sense. It was polished in truth. That is why so many people loved him. But Todd wasn't only a musician. He was a presence, a wanderer, a poet with a guitar, someone who carried stories the way some people carry scars. On and off stage, he had a rare gift for making people feel seen. Fans often said the same thing. Listening to Todd felt like listening to someone who understood you, someone who had lived the same chaos, beauty, mistakes, and miracles. After his passing, tributes came from everywhere: musicians he had inspired, friends he had mentored, fans who had carried his lyrics through the hardest and happiest chapters of their lives. They remembered his humor, his compassion, and his relentless honesty. Many spoke of how he could take the simplest moments and turn them into songs that felt universal. Others remembered how generous he was with younger artists, how he encouraged them, shared stages with them, and reminded them that music was about truth, not perfection. What made Todd Snider special was not just his talent, but his spirit, restless, rebellious, tender, funny, and deeply human. He wrote about people on the margins, about mistakes made and lessons learned, about heartbreak, hope, and the strange, beautiful mess of being alive. His songs became comfort for some, laughter for others, and for many, a reminder that none of us walk our roads alone. Today, we celebrate the life of a troubadour whose voice will continue echoing through the world he loved so fiercely. Though Todd is gone, his songs remain, full of life, humor, and truth. They continue to travel, to comfort, to inspire, just as he did. Rest easy, Todd Snider. Your stories, your spirit, and your songs will keep playing on.